Hi everybody, Paul back here again from Ballistic Blood Bullets with a double feature tongue-in-cheek terror treat from director Del Tenney, The Horror of Party Beach, and The Curse of the Living Corpse, brought together as they were originally shown in multiplexes and cinemas throughout America back in the 60s. This is a true representation of both movies, and both movies are deliciously restored and shown for the first time in a long time in their original uncut format. Doesn't come much better than that, and these really are two great fun examples of 60 American horror made goodness. Del Tenney is very much an overlooked director, but these do show just what a low budget filmmaker of that time was capable of, and delivers goodness aplenty for modern movie horror loving audiences even to this day. Both movies are very nicely presented in the original 1:7:8 aspect ratio. Both are anamorphic, and the crisp black and white original presentation of the movies is very, very nicely done indeed. Horror of Party Beach has an audio commentary track with Del Tenney, and also has an interview with Del Tenney, which is definitely worth checking out right after you've watched the movies. The Curse of the Living Corpse presentation also black and white, and the extras that come with that are a photo gallery and original trailers. So not only a double bill of horror goodness from the 60s, but some good bonus material as well, well worth checking out after watching the main features. Starting off with The Horror of Party Beach, this is a delightfully delirious double feature dose of monster and horror goodness from director Del Tenney. Now, he's the same guy who pleasantly surprised me with his 60s made footprint for zombie flesh eaters, with his big fun zombie voodoo horror movie called Zombie, aka I Eat Your Skin. Now, I am so very pleased to discover the work of Del Tenney. He's an actor, writer, producer, a more than half decent director, I can tell you. There are great similarities between him and the father of good, fun, quirkily made movie goodies and hits, Roger Corman. And in these two particular movies from Tenney, it is never more evident. The Horror of Party Beach sees monstrous, mutant humanoid creatures rise up from the sea to terrorize a beach community. Toxic waste dumped into the ocean leaks out and mutates human remains and plankton life into a flesh-eating new life form. Now, this is the digitally remastered, uncut version of the movie, with the early gore and blood and one or two quite startling chow-down scenes on the local teen girls. Silly men in monster suit, monster goodness to revel in here, with tongue firmly in cheek. Lots of beach bongo, a go-go, swinging 60s dancing and singing, including an actual 60s surf garage rock group popular at that time, and they were called the Del Airs. This is true B-movie monster movie magic to lose yourself in, with a few bevies and a bucket of popcorn. Now, could Del Tenney again have made a picture that would later give Roger Corman a big hit with his classic Humanoids from the Deep, aka Monster, back in 1980? You know what? I actually really do believe that he must have. There's lots and lots of silly fun to be had here, catchy tunes, and some great early gore. That is the wonderfulness of the horror of Party Beach. Now for the real star of this double bill, for me, for sure, and that was actually back upon its release in 1964. It was actually shown at movie theatres, and this very same horror double feature played out then as it does now on DVD. A late night show that played for a long time, and The Curse of the Living Corpse would have been the one to long stay in patrons' minds after watching. A terrific and truly pioneering giallo set in New England in 1982, or, get it right, tongue twisting here, 1892 even. It's an old school giallo from 1892 period, and it's a real thriller made before many of the more famous European giallos from the likes of movie making greats like Mario Bava. Once again, Del Tenney delivers something fresh of its time, a black garbed killer with matching hat and face covering scarf, along with gloved hands and a walking cane with a concealed killer blade. Classic giallo killer credentials. This also has a very neat setup with a family gathering at the reading of the will of their patriarch, father and head family figure, a man with a history of catalepsy, a fear of being buried alive. Now, his will instructs each family member to do something for him to ensure he is truly dead, pronounced dead, or he will return and bring upon them harm at his hands in the fashion of their own innermost fears. And they all have them, and of course they soon fall victim to them. Great atmosphere with this one. A creaky old house in a secluded setting, bumbling police officers, secret passages, well-structured kills, and again a nice smattering of early blood and gruesomeness that includes a beheaded head set upon a platter on a table. A young Roy Scheider is in the cast here, over a decade before he found real public fame in Jaws. The cast is good throughout, and this old school killer thriller definitely stands up well. And if it had starred 60s horror icon Barbara Steele and been directed by Mario Bava, I dare say it would have been hailed as being one of the true 60s horror classics today. Well worth rediscovering these two movies and experiencing for the first time for yourselves. The Curse of the Living Corpse is a great body of work for an under-acknowledged movie-making talent that is Del Tenney. Big fun. Loved spending time watching both these movies. Real throwback goodness to the 60s and a real foothold in recognition of goodness that needs to be rediscovered today. Look out for this double movie release DVD set, and my recommendation is definitely to pick it up. Del Tenney, he definitely needs more respect, adulation, and to be rediscovered. And this is a real stepping stone to doing so. Del Tenney, my hat off to you. Great job on both these movies. Horror of Party Beach, definitely tongue-in-cheek silliness, but The Curse of the Living Corpse is a real horror-defining moment, and Del Tenney delivered it to us. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know what your thoughts are on these two movies, if you've seen them at a drive-in maybe, and do let me know what your experiences with both movies have been. Thanks so much for watching. Always appreciate it. Take care, everybody. See you all soon. Bye for now.